Yo guys, how's it going? Today we have another interesting PentesterLab challenge, XSS 08, and in this tutorial we have a real victim or real target as well, but this tutorial is completely for educational purpose, so I just want you guys to learn and do nothing, like don't do anything illegal. And even we have a Python script which is going to demonstrate the backend of this challenge. So first, we have an input here. Your name is blah blah blah. Submit. I'm going to write your name is Arsha because my name is Arsha. Submit. What's gonna happen? It's just going to reflect me hello, welcome, hello Arsha. And we have an index.php directory as well here, index.php page, index.php. But when I didn't write this, it didn't demonstrate in index.php, right? Right now there is no index.php, but whenever I am going to write something here, it's just going to show. So right now maybe you are going to say check the XSS in the input, right? And it can be a good idea because my value is just going to reflect it on the page, which is going to be reflected XSS, right? But however, um, what I'm trying to say is that first I want to check if it's just going to simply, let me do something, Arshia. Right now I want to check if it's just going to simply encode all of the special characters or not. One quotation, double quotation, this, that's enough. And I'm going to say submit, and here we get it, right? But I'm going to go to view page source and then try to find Arshia here, and we have Arshia here, but as you can see it just completely get encoded. Anyway, we can do double encoding, but anyway we don't need to. So double quotation, one quotation, double quotation, you know, this kind of thing, and we see all of them get encoded. So right now I'm not going to, right now it seems to be like secure, kind of secure, because at least however there are lots of ways to bypass this as well. There are lots of techniques, but at least we know it just simply encode the special characters, and it didn't like filter certain tag, which is not enough, and I told you in the previous tutorial, right? It just simply encode a special character which hacker used to inject their JavaScript malicious code. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to a view page source again, and we have a index.php page, right? I'm going to copy this and go to view page source and try to find this if I can find. As you can see, there is a form tag here with a method of post. We can see the index.php here. So even the page is just going to reflect it in the view page source. You can see it s/index.php. Right now what I want to do, I want to close this, I want to go here and say s/arshia. What's gonna happen? And then again view page source, and then go index.php here. As you can see, it is inside the form tag, and we have index.php and s/arshia. What about if I'm going to write double one quotation, double quotation, you know, I just want to check out if it will encode it or not. As you can see, it just didn't encode it, and it just turned to blue. That means it just injected as a code. So simply we can exploit the XSS vulnerability here in the URL directly. There is no parameter here, there is no nothing. As you can see, there is no parameter, right? But I can inject it here because index.php just exists in the view page source when we send a request, and then even everything which I'm going to write after / is going to be in the form tag as well. So I can simply escape from the form tag and inject my malicious JavaScript code. So I'm going to escape it and then say image source if image source was X on error alert, right? And then close it, and then copy this and go here again. As you can see, we get the alert 1 easily, right? Even we get the picture here, so we just simply inject our code. So what I'm just trying to say, it's not always XSS is not always exist in the prompt there. XSS is not always exist in the inputs, you know, any inputs. It can be directly in the URL, because we have to check it out. We have to check it out, even the page, even the URL itself, or even the page is just going to reflect it or not, because we saw index.php get reflected here, and then we write something like /archio after index.php, and we saw it just get reflected as well. And we write double quotation, one quotation, and you know, these special characters, which if they're not going to encode these special characters, that means vulnerability, because we can simply, you know, exploit the XSS vulnerability. However, maybe there is going to be any firewall behind it, so it's just going to block this special character. However, there are a lot of techniques which we can bypass those firewalls. But what I'm saying is that so it's not always XSS is not always exist in the parameter. XSS is not always exist in the input. Sometimes it's directly in the URL. Directly in the URL, you know, slash page slash and then our JavaScript matches code, or sometimes directly in the URL. That means the URL is this, then slash our JavaScript matches code. So here when we enter, we're just going to understand it just didn't encode none of these special characters, which is mean vulnerable, because we can simply escape from the tag and inject our code, right? So even we have a real target, which is my school website, honestly, but I just want to show you because I think you are going to understand it even better. That doesn't mean like you have to abuse from it, no. It's completely for educational purpose, but I want to show you. Here it is my school website. It is really like for real. It is my school website, and I find a lot of vulnerability in this website, and it is WordPress. I have to load it again to show you with the Vaporizer. WordPress, CMS is WordPress, and like I'm grade 12 here. Anyway, I need to be college honestly, but because I came from another country, so it's like that. I found that XSS directly from the URL, not even the page. If I'm going to write, sorry, let me see. Yeah, it's recording still. If I'm going to write /test, it's just going to show me the page with the content of you try to go into https //www.dsp.on.test, and it doesn't exist. What does that mean? That means this code, just this code, this string after the URL get reflected, and URL itself as well get reflected. What does that mean? If I'm going to copy this and go to view page source, I can see in this string exists in which tag. Here we can see these trying to go to blah blah blah, it doesn't exist. These error, they put this error in the p tag, right? In the p tag, p tag, and we can simply escape from the p tag and try to inject our JavaScript code. What we can do, we can say first, we need to try to see if they just encode any special characters. So one quotation, double quotation, and then I'm going to go here again, like here, copy to find it, Control F, find it here. And as you can see, it didn't do anything. It didn't even encode it, but I just put a slash here, which is backslash here, which is not even, doesn't even have any impact for our for our attack, right? So we can simply here go to my website, to XSS test, and then we can simply double quotation, escape from the tag, p tag, and then image source x on error alert, and then get my document.cookie, because this website is a real website, right? And I'm going to simply get my document.cookie here, and that's it. We get the XSS directly from the URL. Not even, there is no like any page, right? But in our XSS challenge, we had a index.php page, and after that slash our JavaScript in matches code, right? Or our XSS payload. But here we directly injected XSS payload after URL, so it's even possible. I just want you to understand it's not always in the parameter, it's not always in the inputs, it can be even directly from the URL. And I want to show you the code behind that. As you can see, these error which this test is not exist. I'm going to just delete this special character here, copy this, and then here this error exists in the p tag, right? HTML p tag. I wanna exactly perform these I wanna create a Flask simple app using Python, and then try to exactly perform the same situation to show you how the backend works. Go to my VS Code only with 10 line code. From Flask, import Flask, and then app.route. My route is going to be anything which user writes, and then define test route test, and this test is going to be this test, and this test is going to be the value which user writes, and then return it. And exactly same as this, because here we say you tried going to blah blah blah. I said exactly the same. I said you're trying to reach this, because this is my local IP address. This IP address slash the value which user writes, which is not found, right? So even I can simply, what I can do, I can say, okay, we have a home page which I'm going to return, or even h1 welcome home page, right? But if anything else user writes, it's just going to show this error. So I'm going to run this, get my local IP address, the port number 5000, and then slash, oh sorry, let me see if it is still recording. Yes, slash home, welcome home page, right? What about slash test, error? What about slash error? What about slash not found, error? So exactly same situation, because if you are going to go to HWDSP, which is my target website, here we see if the page didn't exist, just going to simply show us the error inside the p tag, which is not a good way. And even they didn't even sanitize the like input, because it can be input, right? User can write anything here. If they didn't even sanitize it, so we can inject our malicious JavaScript code, and even here it's the same as well. Because for example here, if there is a home page existing in HWDSP, it's not going to show me this error. It's going to redirect me to that home page. And here it's same, because if I'm going to write home, because as you can see here there is a home page here, just going to return me inside the h1 tag welcome home page. But if I'm going to write anything else which is not exist, and which there is no page with that name, for example test, it's just going to show me this error. You're trying to reach this, you're trying to reach the local with this port slash test, which is not found. And it is exactly same in the HWDSP. You're trying to go into this and it doesn't allow. So right now I can simply go to view page source, and I can see even it exists in the p tag, because here I say put it in the p tag because I wanted to perform the same situation, so you are going to understand better. And then I can simply see if we encode it or not. As you can see, there is no sanitization, and we didn't encode any special character here. And then I can show you how we can encode it. And then simply I can say, so if we didn't encode it, I'm going to inject my XSS payload 1, and then delete view page source. I'm going to alert one, easy. So right now even I can simply go to ChatGPT, show you a simple thing. Copy this because I want to make this process faster. Make this a script if user write anything after URL which is, for example, this, make sure to encode it to avoid from XSS attack, and I can simply say go. And then to avoid XSS attack, escape. We can use escape. Well, there are a lot of ways anyway. There are a lot of techniques to do that. But here, it's simply escape the test. So we go here, and there is no like, yeah, here we can import this module, and I can say here we have, I'm gonna copy this, it's easier for me, and then paste it here easily. That's it. Right now if I'm going to go to here again and then try to test view page source, try to write certain special character, I'm going to get it, I'm not going to get it like straight, and as you can see here, it just simply encoded. So I cannot say image source on error alert because as you can see, it just simply encoded, so it's not going to inject it, and then we are not going to get any alert here. So that's a problem. One of the security to avoid from XSS, but anyway, it's not a good way. But I'm saying it's about encoding a special character, which we can see here it didn't encode. And I just tried my best to show you XSS can found in different locations in the URL directly, in the /home page, or in any page /XSS payload, in inputs, in parameters, in everything, in every possible thing which user can write something. And I even show you how we can simply use the escape function to try to encode the special character. And as you can see here, we didn't get any alert because the special character get encoded correctly. But if I'm going to remove this one simply, right, I'm going to remove this one, simply remove this one, and then simply try to enter it again, I'm going to alert one because it didn't encode it. So that's about it. I hope you love this tutorial. Like before, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel because I'm just trying, like you can see, I wrote a LFI scanner for you guys. You can learn a lot from it, even you can use it during the bug bounty process. I just in the previous tutorial I talked about the XSS02 PentesterLab, XSS07, or even here we have a common injection exercise which is so cool. Here I talk about how we can secure our Flask app, and even here I wrote a HackerOne program extractor which can be so good for hackers who wanna do the massive attacks. And then here I explained the WP plugin version checker script which I wrote by myself. And here, you know, there are a lot of videos here which I think if you are going to watch all of them, you are going to learn a lot. And I'm going to keep continue. I'm just trying to do my best to record better videos, like with the more knowledge, and videos which can help you guys during a bug bounty, penetration testing, and this kind of thing. So I hope you love this tutorial. Like before, if you have any question, just comment me below. I'm going to answer as soon as possible. See you later. Goodbye.